you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
This broke my heart. They want to scream and say that, oh, Trump's so racist. Well, take a look at this. By the way, he moved on. He didn't go back and acknowledge her or anything. But Trump is the racist. It's okay, beautiful girl. You come on over to our side. The sheeple can keep Dementia Puppet Joe. But us, the real patriots, we're gonna vote for the guy who fights like hell.
What's going on, guys? So we got to talk about the hypocrisy of the left again, especially as it relates to this racism narrative, okay? The narrative that continuously is revived by the liberals, by the leftists, because they really have nothing else. Their policy positions are obviously bad for the most part, so they always try to basically say, well, the Republicans are racist. Everybody's trying to pretend like it's about Donald Trump right now. And to an extent, I would agree. But in regards to the racist narrative, throughout my entire life, my parents' life, even my grandparents' life, according to conversations I've had with them, it seems as though racism from the Republican Party is what they expect. Now, in terms of there being any validity to that, I can't say one way or the other in terms of their entire lives, but certainly as it relates to during my lifetime, I can say is a bunch of baloney. Now, admittedly, the Republicans don't really like to reach out a lot to the black Democrats, especially in these very liberal places, because they feel like they're going to be rejected. But Donald Trump has been doing a lot of black outreach. And of course, Joe Biden has to try to get some people involved to at least make appearances as though he's going to support black people. But unfortunately, it looks like he has failed miserably here, because you can see up on the screen, there is a young black girl. And I'm not going to play the audio for this video, but he basically completely ignores this girl. So they're at some sort of event where they all have their Biden Harris signs, and he just goes right past her. So, you know, everybody's taking pictures. She looks super excited. Okay, she looks excited. She says, hey, and look at his face. Or you can't see his face, but you know what I mean? Like, look at her face. Like, his head is just kind of going right past her.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
She goes from being like very happy a second ago and enthused to being totally distraught. Look at her face. That's a face of depression. She looks very sad. Like, wait a minute, what happened? Like, and he's just talking, like, you can see as this continues, I'm actually going to let it continue to play here. He just talks to all the white people. He doesn't talk to her. And it looked like she was kind of trying, like, admittedly, to his credit, she does look like she's a little more on the shy side, but it looks like at first, from the very start, she tried to talk to Sleepy Joe, and he just ignored her. Now, the whole purpose of me even mentioning this is because in regard to whether or not Joe Biden is truly racist or not, I mean, I do think that in general, if you go to a different ethnic group, this is kind of, be it white or really anybody, they're going to have preconceived notions and stereotypical thoughts that they have about another group that they're not a part of. A lot of times, even if you are a part of the group, you'll have a lot of those thoughts. And sometimes the stereotypical thoughts you have might even be true, right? But in Joe Biden's case, it seems as though there's this narrative of ignoring whenever there's any type of racism coming from his camp or perceived racism, which is one of the things that I really don't appreciate. But you can even see here, this poster, he mentioned, like, you can see like a little bit more toward the beginning. See, she's talking, so she's not like, it's not like she didn't say anything. She said something toward the beginning. But, you know, Joe Biden just kind of goes past her. You know, he kind of looks over there and then looks away. And she's kind of looking a little confused. And then look at this lady. She like hates the fact that she's got the sign up. All right, now look right here. This lady like literally kind of like manhandles the sign. Like, hey, get that sign out of here. Right here, boom. She's like, hey, I'm short. Get that sign out of the way. Bear in mind, nobody shows up with these. They give them these to hold on purpose. And they're like arguing about the sign. And then that's the crazy thing. So Biden's over here taking a selfie with all these people. And then he ends up literally walking right past her. Boom, just walks right past her and goes to the little short lady. Sidelines her. And on top of that, there's a suggestion here. Now, again, I don't know how 100% true this is, but what it appears as though happened, like you can see the little black girl, you know, she got a little distinctive Afro puff and a blue shirt. And it appears as though they move her to the front so that they could pretend like they're diverse. That's what it looks like happened. Is what the caption says is, it gets worse. The black girl was pulled from the back row and placed up front where cameras could see her. She was nothing more than a political stunt, a prop for Biden to gain appeal with black voters, and he ignored her completely. Now, again, could be a one-off type situation. You know, a lot of stuff kind of goes on during these events, but it did look as though this girl was practically invisible to Sleepy Joe. And a lot of the folks on the radical left love to ignore stuff like this, and instead they want to own in on somebody who's trying to say something good and help the black community, like Donald Trump in the debate, and they want to own in on black jobs instead as some sort of terrible thing. He even had these freaking surgeons who appeared to be actively operating on somebody who decided that they wanted to come out of their way and talk about how brag basically about they had these amazing black jobs. And I found it incredibly stupid. Take a look.
All here in the operating room doing our black jobs. Doc, how does it feel to do a black job?
Black excellence.
What do you do in the OR?
OR nurse. OR nurse.
Rep. Skills check.
Anesthesiologist.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
I love my black job, David, PA.
I love my black job, orthopedic surgeon.
I love my black job, surgical tech, Willis.
I love my black job.
I love my black job, Rep.
I love my black job, OR nurse. I love my black job, OR nurse.
I find it really dumb that you got all these black folks out here acting as though they don't understand what the heck Trump is talking about when he says black jobs. Like, seriously, what is wrong with y'all? Like, I was looking at this Hodgetwins video. I mean, there's all kinds of people all over TikTok acting this way. Like, how many black folks do y'all know that's surgeon? I bet a majority of people watching this don't know a single black person that's a surgeon. You might know one or two people that work in medical. Majority of family be poor. In most black families, you might have like one really successful immediate family and maybe one other branch somewhere, but usually it's like everybody else, you know, like, well, what happened to them? Oh, I don't even know. Like, I haven't talked to them in a while. Like, they're busy working at grocery stores, factories, like malls, like fast food joints. I live in Atlanta. Every low-level job, like 90% of them appear to be populated by all black folks. All the under-the-table stuff. Black folks, anybody who come to my door basically struggling, looking for anything to do, to mow lawns, black folks. So like to imply as though like black people are like these wealthy, successful people, as if like, well, Donald Trump sees us as like just broken down and busted up. Isn't that the group of people who black people are always trying to fight for, is the people who don't have money and resources? That's who he's talking about. He's not talking about if you're a freaking surgeon or anesthesiologist, dumbass. Imagine getting all that damn education and you still don't know what the hell you're talking about. You still sitting up here looking dumb. Now I'm gonna let the Hodgetwins kind of get on this real quick and start roasting some of these leftists. Let's take a look.
Let me remind y'all what y'all president said. Y'all president that y'all voted for said that black jobs are almost taken. Y'all better go out there and get y'all black job. Now jobs got color. Y'all tell me what them black jobs are, because I'm 64 years old. I don't remember no black job. Y'all tell me what the black jobs are.
Did you hear how stupid that woman was? She right there playing with it. Y'all tell me what it. Play it again.
She was kind of
How stupid this woman is.
rolling the heck out of the
Let
day.
me remind y'all what y'all president said. Y'all president that y'all voted for said that black jobs are almost taken. Y'all better go out there and get y'all black job. Now jobs got color. Y'all tell me what them black jobs are, because I'm 64 years old. I don't remember no black job. Y'all tell me what the black jobs are.
Let me break it down for that low capacity brain you got. I guess she don't know what BET or Black Lives Matter or Anybody that has no skills and they just have labor jobs, guess who's going after their jobs? The illegals, because they have no skills. They barely speak the language. Yeah, that's whose job.
Yeah, let's not pretend, guys, that majority of black folks y'all know is freaking surgeons and anesthesiologists. It's laughable. Guys, I don't think people realize this, because I may talk about some people I hang out with. A lot of the people who I know personally are big timers, way more successful than me. But none of us are dumb enough to think that we're like the norm for black people. If that was the case, the Democrat Party would have pretty much nothing to go based off of. The whole thing that they go based off of is the Republicans are trying to stop people from voting and they're trying to pick on impoverished, struggling communities who cannot defend themselves. That's their whole narratives. But then when Trump tries to talk about those people and trying to help them, then they attack him for that. Imagine the stupidity of that.
Going after those jobs too, and they get the job because they're willing to do it for less, and they're more willing to end up in the urban neighborhood. Look at all these illegal immigrants being
just to make sure the point is clear.
Those jobs too, and they get their jobs, the illegals, because they have no skills. They barely speak the language. Yeah, that's whose job. That's who's going after those jobs too, and they get the job because they're willing to do it for less, and they're more willing to end up in the urban neighborhood. Look at all these illegal immigrants being bust out to these other
black neighborhoods.
Chicago,
a lot of them.
New York. Whose resources they taking? Black resources. They open up new schools, hotels. Well, they didn't open up new schools. They open up closed schools in Chicago, right? Mm-hmm. And they say they didn't have money for these schools in these predominantly black areas of the city. But now they have the money for the illegals to live there, house them, and feed them. It's crazy. They always use that there's a wage gap in this country between black and white. Now they're trying to deny that same wage gap. What? Black job? What the hell is that? What's a black job? When they want to use it on that side, for votes, now they're trying to say this wage gap between black and white don't even exist. Yeah, there's a wage gap between black and white, but it has nothing to do with racism. Black people are not educated and they have no damn skills but labor. Yeah.
And to better articulate their point, in terms of the majority, like you got the Oprah Winfrey's out there, you got the Russell Wilsons, you got the LeBron James, but there's not that many people who are doing that. You got some black investors who are big timers, some people again that are surgeons and doctors, but it's just not the vast majority of black people. The statistics easily prove that. It's a dumb talk. It's like, why the hell am I even trying to explain? If you don't understand it by now, then I don't know what the hell to tell you.
They don't go to school. They can do even crossover, man. They can cross you up and shoot a three in your face. But other than that, like in Baltimore, these inner cities, Chicago, Baltimore, these black people are passing. They're like pretty much kicking these kids out of school, giving them a diploma. They can't read. But that's what a black job is. Y'all playing stupid. Black people, y'all love playing stupid too. What's these black jobs? You know exactly what he talked about. I remember back in California, I lived there. I remember these people striking out in front of Target, right? Yeah, we was working at Target stores. They was remodeling all the stores. How you go? I'm telling them what's going on. Well, let me do some talking. No, I'm in my groove, right? And I went up to them, right? Because I was security at the store, and it was pissing people off in the store, and because they was right in front of the store. And I go up to them and say, "Hey, man, what's this strike about?" He said, "Dude, man, we're union workers. We're out here striking because all these contracts do construction in these stores and all in these neighborhoods and all over the city. We're getting outbidded. Well, underbidded. They go with the cheapest bidder, right? And it's going, shut up. And it's going to these companies who are hiring illegal workers. They're not paying them. They're not paying them as much. They're not providing any benefits. So of course the contract's going to go to them because they can do it for less money.
Exactly.
Yeah. When you go into a country and you're there illegally, you're taking jobs from other people. Yeah, the low skill jobs, the labor jobs. A lot of those jobs are black jobs, Latino jobs. Yeah, black people don't have no education. Yeah, that's low skill jobs, which is labor. And when I say black people don't have no education, what we mean by is all they got is a high school diploma. That high school diploma means nothing in the real world because it doesn't teach you anything. Yeah. Yep. And you are a black woman, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Jim Crow. You don't know what a black job is? Come on now. Yeah, just you playing naive for a white man you've never met. You think your white man is better than my white man. You a moron. Yeah, low skill.
That's what I be saying.
Labor intensive. That's the job illegals go for. Blue collar. And I heard the mayor up in New York, hey, we need to get these illegal immigrants to work. Where y'all think they're gonna work at? Yeah, that's right. Instead of you working at Popeyes, asking you if you want fries and cherry pie and sweet potato pie, guess who it's gonna be? It's gonna be Pablo. Broken English. It's gonna be Jesus. Hey, how are you all? You want pumpkin pie? You want pumpkin pie? You want pumpkin pie with your chicken? You pollo? You see it? You see it? You want large? You want refresco with free ice? You want? Yeah, amigo. I just started today. They got rid of that negra. Brought me in because I cheap. I real cheap. Stupid black Negroes. This show's over.
Guys, let me just close out here by demonstrating, showing this quick compilation. I forget who the heck posted this. It might have been the GOP War Room or something from Twitter. But basically, it shows a compilation of Joe Biden's repeated statements on racism, including that black folks don't know what a computer is, along with many other things. Take a look.
Trump, and you ain't black. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and nice-looking guy.
Biden recalling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy. He always called me son. At least there was some civility. We got things done.
The senators that he is speaking of with such adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them.
Using the word boy in the way he did can cause hurt and pain, and we need a presidential nominee and the leader of our party to be sensitive to that.
My Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this. I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind a little bit.
As also noted, Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate, and he was the institution itself. For a lot of us, he was a friend, and he was a mentor, and he was a guide.
1987, he bragged about getting an award from George Wallace.
Biden bragged about an award from the notorious segregationist Governor George Wallace and told the Philadelphia Inquirer, I think the Democratic Party could stand a liberal George Wallace, someone who's not afraid to stand up and offend people.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
Unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Biden was remarking to an audience in South Virginia that included hundreds of black voters.
If Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
The reason I was able to stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American communities, know how to get online to determine how to get in line.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is.
When people want to call out all the racism of the Republican Party or Donald Trump, but they want to ignore the stuff with Joe Biden, send them this video. Make sure that they know, and make sure that you know the quotes, so you can say, well, what about the time Joe Biden said this, that, and the third? What about Kathy Hochul? Like, what about all of these other people? Freaking Hillary Clinton, super predators. Both Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton have used super predators before to describe black folks. Okay, there's lots of things that you could point to. Be sure that you make sure you smoke these people in these little arguments and debates and whatnot that happen, and send them videos like this so that you'll make them look stupid and feel stupid and eventually some of them are going to come to the realization that they have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and that the Democrat Party is nothing but a bunch of liars who are taking advantage of black people and other people of color in order to secure power and votes. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
I am getting sick and tired of Joe Biden. Black people, wake up.
Hey,
wake up.
It ain't gonna happen.
No. I
didn't give up.
You talk to a brick wall.
Joe Biden literally said black people don't know how to use a computer.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.